Good morning, Michigan City High School.
I'm Jai Tucker.
And I'm Tatiana Miller.
And here are your morning announcements.
The MCHS Student Store now has organizational accessories, such as Post-it notes, paper clips, binder clips, and binder dividers at a low cost of $1 to $2.50. If you haven't had the chance to stop by the Student Store, you're invited to do so today during your lunch break. Graph paper is now being sold in the Student Store as well. Room location 0108.
Ask Ms. Julie is a new program here at the high school where you can anonymously email any question you may have surrounding relationships. Nothing is off limits. Flyers about this new program have been sent to your email, and now you can get to know Ms. Julie. Take a picture of the QR code or email Ms. Julie directly at askmsjulie@gmail.com. You must be registered with the Open Door Adolescent Health Center in order to use this service.
The book club has chosen their next book. We are reading We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. All are welcome to join the book club. If you can't find a copy of the book, please see Miss Garr or Mrs. Klinkert. We will meet March 25th to discuss the book and eat snacks. See Miss Garr or Mrs. Klinkert if you have any questions.
The Anime Club is hosting a cosplay contest for all MCHS students. If you would like to participate, please sign up in Mr. Melendez's room A134. The contest is on April 19th after school in the auditorium. Cosplay must be school appropriate. We will hope to see a lot of you there.
And now for our segment, Unpacking the Pack with Sophia Garcia and Quentin Collins.
Hi, I'm Sophia Garcia.
And I'm Quentin Collins.
We are reporters for Unpacking the Pack, MCHS TV segment where we interview teachers, office staff, and support staff. Today we're interviewing Kyle Dean and Sarah Hendricks.
How are you guys today?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing well. So my first question is, what exactly is a co-principal and how does it work?
Well, the co-principal model has been done in a few other schools, but it's basically sharing of responsibilities. Mr. Dean and I kind of both have a skill set that's different from the other, and so it's supposed to kind of help lessen the load a little bit and give each of us kind of a set of responsibilities working together for the school.
All right, I see. So sharing responsibilities probably has some positive and negative effects. Can you guys tell me where it goes right and where it goes wrong?
Obviously, it goes right when we're able to focus in on certain key aspects of, the job at hand. And some of the areas where it could go wrong is you're dealing with two people in a student body. You've got to make sure that communication is key. And learning just for myself this year that making sure that you over communicate, even when you feel like you've done a good job communicating, you still have to focus on over communicating.
All right, I understand. So what challenges have you dealt with, like any big challenges, and what strategies have you guys used to solve them?
Today or in the last 5 minutes? Because there's always challenges. I mean, I think, you're dealing with two different personalities, which is good and bad. I'm definitely a type A and, very kind of high. And obviously he's more laid back and relaxed. And I grew up here. This is where I graduated from. So there's definitely, that makes it a little bit different too, just because I know people. I actually started my career here as a counselor. So there's just different aspects that we kind of both bring in from our backgrounds that can be both positive and negative at different times. And I think for the staff, trying to figure out who do I go to, who's handling what. I know her better, I know him better, those kind of things. And so that's why the communication is so important, just because if someone comes to us about one thing and the other one doesn't know, it can, we have to make sure we're both on the same page with everything.
All right. What's your drive? What is your biggest motivation?
Students. I'm here for students, here for the staff. But, if it wasn't for either one of those, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, my biggest drive, I think, is, again, I'm from here. This is, where I went to school. I have a great pride in Michigan City. My dad went to Elston. I'm an original red devil turned into a wolf. So there's definitely that's kind of motivates me every day to obviously go and help the students in any way possible.
So going to some more personal questions, what would the students be surprised to find out about you?
I didn't play basketball. I don't know if you guys know, I'm a little tall. I did not play, I played volleyball. So that's probably, and then I'm actually originally, I'm a licensed school counselor. So I started here as a school counselor. It's probably not something everybody knows.
Actually, I started my college career in forensics, and I got real close to finishing it. And then obviously, every day I wanted it to be different, which is what attracted me to forensics. But then realizing that, to be locked into a lab all day and didn't have the interactions that I thought I would have, at first going into it is what attracted me back to education. I did do my cadet teaching in high school, so it's interesting how I came full circle. But I would say another thing that students probably don't know, I was born in New Mexico, so I wasn't even born in the state.
All right. Now moving on. How would you guys describe yourselves when you were in high school?
You'd be surprised, but I was kind of the athlete that pretty much stuck to that. I hung out with mostly guys because I did not like the girl drama. But again, I was 6'4" in high school and could not hide. So I pretty much had to be on the straight and narrow, and everybody knew my parents. So I had to kind of focus in, but I can also still tell you the best places to hide in the school. Kids don't think I know, but.
In school, I was also I hung out more with the athletes, soccer, wrestling. I wouldn't say that I kind of just was in the middle of the pack, so to speak. I didn't lay low, but I didn't stand out. I think most of the student body probably knew who I was in high school just because my mom was an administrator, so that made it a little bit more challenging. So that was fun. When someone would get in trouble and then I would be in the class with them the next day, someone would point out, yeah, you got your consequence, and it was typically my mom that was giving the consequence, so that was fun. So I would say just kind of hung out more with the athletes. Soccer was my jam.
I was definitely a better student in college, definitely. I was kind of an average student in high school. And then once I got to college and kind of got into the background and stuff that I actually wanted to do, my major was psychology. And so once I got into that, I really excelled more in college than I did academically in high school.
Okay, and on the note of college, what college did you guys attend, and what was your undergrad degree? I know you already mentioned a little bit about forensics.
Yeah, my undergrad was in psychology. I was lucky enough to play volleyball in college, and I went to Loyola Marymount in California. So I was that kid that wanted to get out of city and then, yes, come back. But I was lucky enough to go out there and play volleyball, and then got a master's in counseling at IUSB and then in administration from Bethel. So,
upon graduating from Portage High School, I spent the first year at PNW. To get the background, I was going to go into pre-pharmacy, and then that's when I switched and went into forensics at IUPUI. Was there for 3 years, right, getting ready to graduate, and then transitions to teaching. And so I earned my bachelor's in education from IU, and then I earned my master's from Indiana State. So quite a few different campuses.
The final question I'm going to ask you guys before we move on to something a little bit more fun and less stressful. What message would you like to share with the students?
That's a good one. There is life outside of high school, and you will make it through. That's the first thing. And, there's still a few friends that I have from high school, but not a ton. And I feel like a lot of kids make choices based on who their friend group is and such. And just realize that, this is a small, tiny, tiny part of your long, long life. So, when you're thinking about your choices, your students, your kids, you're supposed to make poor choices, and we're supposed to help you get through those, but those choices don't define you. I guess I take things on a lot, obviously, from a counselor standpoint of just, high school is just such a small but important part. And regardless of what everyone tells you, you don't have to know what you're going to do with the rest of your life today, because it's okay to change your mind. I think a lot of us have, as far as I never thought I would be back here like this. So hang in there. Life gets better after high school, because for some it's really tough.
Follow that one up.
Mic drop, see ya.
Yeah, right? I would say that's obviously with everything that the student body has been hit with in the last few years. The message that I would have to them is that I think we're all proud of you guys in terms of it's not been easy the last few years, and kind of with what Mrs. Hendricks was saying, that there is a life after high school. High school isn't the end all be all. With that being said, it is a unique chapter in your life, and so enjoy it. Know that we're proud, and I would say finish strong as we're entering in the last quarter here. And seniors, thank you for being a part of the student body the last 4 years, and that we're looking forward to seeing you walk across the stage.
All right. So you guys down to play a little game?
Sure.
Sure.
All right. So we're going to play a game where you two close your eyes, and then we're going to ask you a set of questions.
Okay.
And so with your eyes closed, you're going to either point to yourself.
Oh God, I think I did this at my wedding.
Yeah, right. You want to take your shoe off?
Yeah, right.
To
Oh
the
gosh.
other person, whoever the question fits. So are you guys
So
ready?
you either point to ourselves or the other person?
Yep, so you-
Oh gosh.
Ready?
All right.
Okay. Who is most likely to be late? Who is the funny one? Who is the messy one?
I don't know.
Who is most likely to be spontaneously adopt an animal? Who is most likely to be the strict one? Who is the most patient? Who is the most grumpier in the morning? All right, thank you.
Oh,
I'm curious to
I'm
see how
curious
that
to
goes.
see. Yeah.
I hope we have unpacked the pack for you today. Thank you, Mr. Dean and Mrs. Hendricks, for all you do for Michigan City High School. This is Sophia Garcia from MCHS.
I'm here with Austin Decker and Coach Wells. So, Coach Wells, I have heard that you've been in the league for like 30 years.
Yeah, actually, I'm really old. That's what that means. 30. This is year 33. Bruh. And my third year here at Michigan City. So, yeah, that basically just tells you how old I am.
So, what made you become a coach?
A lot of things. My dad was a high school and college basketball and baseball coach. My brother was a head basketball coach in Southern Indiana before he got into the college ranks, and my whole childhood I feel like I was born and raised in the gym. So being a PE teacher and a basketball coach or a coach of any sort, I mean, sports was just in our family blood.
Player made you approach coaching differently?
Oh, there's been, a lot of players over the years that have made an impact. But I think if I had to pinpoint one, I had a young man at Prairie Heights High School, and this goes back, over 20 years ago. 6'4", over 300 pounds at the time, and I had never played basketball. And came out, and we decided to take a shot at him. And through the course of 4 years, he ended up losing about 50 pounds, and he had a learning disability. Didn't talk to a lot of kids his freshman year, and by the time he was a senior, I guess long story short, he ended up getting prom king as a senior, and basketball just kind of gave him a highway to success, and he embraced it. It was just a great success story, and not just because of basketball, but because of everything else. The sport did for him mentally, socially, physically, everything involved.
So, how did you guys get the name 84 Fast?
I get that question a lot. If you're not real in tune with high school basketball, the court is 84 feet long. If you watch us play, we try to get from one end of the court to the other as quickly as we can. So My first year, we were looking for a tagline that would, maybe identify us, and we came up with 84 fast, and it's kind of stuck. And I think the kids buy into it, and it's really a style of play that we really like.
Was there a player this year that has surprised you?
Well, I feel like a lot of the kids have made improvement, and if I had to again pinpoint one, I think a lot of people would look at Elijah Robinson. There was a game not too long ago, I think a second to last home game of the year, where Dip he had 10 threes and set the school record for 3-point field goals made, and just really proud of him from the standpoint that he didn't play his sophomore year. He came out and he played JV as a junior, and then he worked his way into the starting lineup all year long for us, and then ends up just having a career game that night where he knocks down 10 3-balls. And for me, maybe the coolest thing about that was how happy his teammates were for him, and it tells you a little bit about our team and the fact that we're a close-knit group, because I know Dip was excited, but everyone around him was excited too.
Thank you for coming out and letting us interview you.
You bet.
This is from the studio, and see you guys next week.
Hi guys, my name is Olona Hashim and I am a reporter for MCHS TV. We are here for the senior shoutout segment. I'm interviewing Samaya A.G. Samaya, I'm going to be asking you a few questions, so bear with me. So, one of the first questions is, what is one false perception about high school that you had starting out, and how do you feel about it now?
One false perception I had about high school, I thought high school was going to be like just this easy little walk in the park, like how high school is on movies, but it definitely was not like that at all.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely feel you on that. If you could relive one moment of your high school career, what would it be?
If I could relive one moment from my high school career, it would probably be freshman year. I feel like freshman year was definitely the best out of the 4. Like, it was just full of, like, all the good moments freshman year.
I agree. Okay, so what is one experience that made a difference or impacted you in high school?
One of the biggest experiences that made an impact was definitely COVID. It was something that none of us had ever been through before, so it was definitely something that we had to like get used to and learn how to maneuver around.
Yeah, definitely. And then what classes are you taking right now during high school that will help you in your future career, if you know what your future career is going to be?
One class that is really helping is this class that I take. It's called JAG. It stands for Jobs for American Graduates. It's helping prepare for life after high school. So it's opened my eyes to a lot of opportunities, a lot of different opportunities that I have that I can study going into college. So after high school, I do plan on attending college. I'm undecided on what major I want to attend, but JAG is definitely helping me find that path.
Turn it on, cook it up, make it boil, let it soak. Is it hot? Is it cold? What degree? Spill the tea. Turn it on.
All right. What's your name?
Hallie.
What is your favorite thing about the high school?
The sports and cheering for basketball and football.
Thank you. Okay, let's go. Just want to be really quick. Okay, what's your name?
My name is Lyric.
What's your favorite thing about the high school?
Soccer.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. What's your name?
Javon France.
What's your favorite thing about the high school?
I don't know. I think gym time.
Do you play sports?
Yeah, basketball.
Okay. Thank you. Can we interview y'all? What's your name?
Alyssa Workman.
What's your favorite thing about the high school?
Probably all the friends I've made for sure. They're great people.
Thank you.